Welcome to Simply Business. I'm your host, Taylor Lee, and I'm so excited to have you here. As a business consultant, I've helped countless business owners simplify their strategies and achieve their goals, and now I'm here to bring you this expertise right to your ears. Each episode, I'll be sharing tips and strategies to help you achieve your business goals without the overwhelm. I will also be chatting with business owners and industry experts to share their stories, insights, and lessons they've learned along the way. Let's dive in and simplify your business. You're the queen of daily sales.
Yes.
And being able to have sales and make money in your sleep, which I love just like watching and you normalizing, because I think a lot of the time we can see people that are successful and we can see, okay, they're telling me, you know, they're making $1 million months or like whatever the thing is, but I love that you actually see it with you and you're very transparent with how it actually happens.
Yes.
For anyone, I feel like even just debunking the myth of funnels, because this is something you speak a lot about.
Yeah.
What is a sales funnel? And that feels so like surface level to speak to.
I love it.
But I think a lot of people have like, they're either super, super complex, or they think a funnel is they opt into my freebie and they get an automated email.
Yeah.
So I think there's like two people on the opposite ends of the spectrum, and I'm coming to an event with you literally in 2 days' time to just like dive deeper into it. So
definitely. Yeah.
in your world, what is funnels?
Oh, well, funnels is a beautiful, sophisticated way of guiding people into your world.
Yeah.
Like just taking people on a journey from not knowing you to guiding them on this journey to becoming a client, a raving fan. They want to stay in your world forever. And that gets to be, you know, a journey from not knowing who you are to being a really close proximity and giving someone a transformation. Yeah. And the journey in which we guide them on, we essentially take them through a sales funnel. So whether you have a sales funnel in your business, like you have a sales funnel, whether you think you have one or not. Yeah. If you are guiding people into your world right now, you have a sales funnel. Yeah. Then can we add in levels of sophistication? Can we look at your data and your metrics and your conversion rates, really making sure that it's optimized? 100%. And when I think of sales funnels, there are three core components that makes a sales funnel really effective. And I like to call them, you know, you have tofu, mofu, and bofu. And what those three are is that top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Yeah. And essentially the top of funnel is how people discover you, where, you know, that's, you know, your social media posts or, you know, driving traffic to then mofu, which is middle of funnel. A mofu example could be a conversion event. That could be a masterclass. That could be a resource. That could be a low ticket offer, which means that we are getting them from not knowing you to them building more trust and connection. So we are moving them through this beautiful funnel. Now they sit in the middle of the funnel, which means that they're starting to warm up a little bit. They're going from cold, now they're sitting at warm. And what we need to do as people are sitting in that warm stage of the funnel, it's like, what do I need to show them in order for them to feel safe to make a decision to say yes? Yeah. Which means that we then take them through mofu into bofu, which is the bottom of funnel. And bottom of funnel is essentially your conversion point. So that could be the email sequence that will support the conversion after a conversion event, essentially. Yeah. And once you have this structure in place, and what I love about having a funnel so much is that once it's set, it sits there. And all you need to do is to go in and optimize it, and you refine it and you tweak it. And all you got to focus on is lead generation, because you know you have the structure. It's like a beautiful stream. It's like a beautiful river, right? Yeah. And all you got to focus on is like, we're going to fill the top of funnel, because we know if we are generating enough leads to the top of funnel, we know that the middle of funnel and bottom of funnel, once that's optimized, that's just going to flow. The byproduct is daily sales.
Yeah, I love that. And I think it's important as well, even being a consumer myself. And the first thing I've invested in with you is this event on Wednesday. Yes. It's like all of that is still supportive, even though if the purpose of the funnel was maybe for a specific launch, it's still been perfect for me the moment that you're like, I've got an event, there's barely any context. I'm like, yeah, paying full. Yes. Like for $1,000. And it's like, it's still supportive of things even if it's months down the track, I think I followed you for over 12 months.
Yes,
You know, it's
love
like
that.
even that,
Yeah.
and some other people's journey will be like they discover you and they pay in full for like
Yeah.
20K in mentorship,
For
which I know
sure.
happens for you as well.
Yes, yeah, definitely. And I think this is so beautiful. It's like I look back at some of the conversations that I've had with potential clients. Like they reached out to me in 2021.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, you still on my radar?" And I think it's beautiful. Of course, I wish they would have jumped in back in 2021, but I also believe in like divine timing. Like people will come, and I know I can only control what I can control in my business, and that is my consistency, how I show up, my messaging, my marketing, and really making sure that I know what piece of real estate I want to take up in people's minds. And when you are clear on that, you then become really intentional about the content that you create. And when you're intentional about that, you are going to attract people who are actively looking for that solution.
Yeah, I love that. What do you think contributes to being able to be someone that converts high ticket sales with ease in the way in which you do? So obviously there's a level of nurturing, but even from a consumer standpoint, I know who I'm investing in versus who I'm not investing in from my personal perspective. But I'm curious to know for you, especially with the clients you work with, what is it that you focus on? So when someone does discover someone top of funnel, that they're like, yeah, that is someone I want to invest my money in because of the way they deliver their message, their purpose, how they present themselves.
Yeah, beautiful. I think there are, well, in my opinion, in order for us to attract, like, say, our dream clients or our top tier client, whatever you want to call them, we need to think about they are actively looking for a solution. They are not even sitting in the pain. Like, they are actively thinking, who's going to be my next person that's going to take me to my next level?
Yeah.
And where I spend my focus is not in the pain. I don't need to remind people on that, you know, they don't have a funnel and the business is running shit and, you know, their income is really inconsistent, all the things. I actually get to be the evidence of what they are wanting to create. So we have this very distinct moment in our client timelines. And I like to call that like, I'm done. Like, I'm done with not having systems, like not having a funnel, like all the stuff that you talk about as well.
Yeah.
You know, not having enough clients coming in, like income dips up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
You know, I know that they are done. So when I get to speak into with an absolute knowing that my clients are done with not having a funnel, they are done needing to be glued to their phones. So I'm like, okay, if they are done with all of these things, what is the path that I want to take them on? So I know that I'm their bridge.
Yeah.
And I need to learn to articulate very clearly how I provide the transformation from I am done, not from pain to I'm done, from I am done to transformation.
Yeah.
And there are two ways of doing that. Number one, you're going to highlight that you have a knowing, and I like to use something called an active voice in marketing, that I carry myself with the assumption that every single person that consumes my content, it's just a matter of when they are going to invest.
I love that.
And I don't think that, oh, they can't afford it. You know when you scroll up and see who's watched your story now and again?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that person's not going to buy, or that person has bought from me before. And then you start to make all of these assumptions, or maybe that person is not going to be able to afford it. They're just on one income and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, no, if that's your assumption, that's why you're not calling them in. I have the assumption for every single piece of content that I create that people are hanging off every fucking word I say.
Yeah.
And they're like, they are sitting there like excited like little kids on Christmas to be like, when can I invest?
Yeah.
And they are just watching, ready. And when I think that, I don't fall into convincing marketing.
Yeah.
I don't speak into their pain. I'm like, I know that you are ready.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you are ready, we're going.
Yeah.
That's magnetic as fuck.
100%. It's this like, I don't need you, you need me energy.
Exactly right. Well, that's exactly what it is. And it's like, I'm going to keep on moving. I'm all good. If you don't want to invest, if you don't want to move in, like that's fine. Like, go you.
Yeah.
But I'm moving.
Yeah.
And we're going to pick up the pace even more.
Yeah.
Which means, and if you are looking at like sales psychology, that makes them want it even more.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I am not, and I always say this, I don't hold space for people when they are in the decision-making process.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that I actually can't control whether someone is going to be a fuck yes to invest in my space or not, but I can control how quickly I move. And I'm like, you do you, but I'm going to pick up my pace.
Yeah.
Byproduct, they're like, okay, I mean, let's do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big part. The second part that I think is really, really big as well is that I like to say less, show more.
Yeah.
Like, I am a living evidence of basically what I teach my clients. which is why I lead with so much transparency.
Yeah.
And I think the people that are not transparent in business, that will eat them up energetically because they cannot sit there with open arms and say, I know exactly how to do this. And I have this standard. Mastery is a standard. Like that is, it's on my desktop. It's on my phone. And have I reached all levels of mastery? Absolutely not. But it's a commitment, like an ongoing commitment that I make to myself in my business, that I want to make sure that I keep on mastering new levels again. And so I dedicate time, like hours every single week, where I go deeper into my craft.
Yeah.
It's not just a one set and forget, I'm good at this now and that's it.
Yeah.
It's a commitment to always learning and growing and evolving. And I think people, when they see that, when they feel that, it creates a lot of safety.
Yeah.
And if I can just end that part, is when you look at what makes someone really invest into someone, certainty, like confidence, gives people a lot of certainty. Like when I show up with unwavering certainty, I know exactly how to take you from A to B. You want to go from 30K to 80K, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
You want to go from 50K to 100K, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
That certainty creates a lot of safety for potential clients.
Yeah.
They love to be like, tell me the path I need to take. When I'm like, I've got you, this is the path, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
It creates a lot of safety for people.
Yeah.
Which is an energy that's required in order for people to move.
Yeah. And I think there's something to that. Like if you're looking to invest in someone and it's like, they're like, I think I can do it this way. Like, absolutely not. Am I spending money on you? Like,
yeah, interesting.
Just like,
yes.
like it's that energy of like, okay, you don't even know your framework. You don't even know your process, which I speak to so many clients, especially when they're like, in the first 2 years of business, I'm like, what actually makes you different to a competitor? What is your framework? And I think it's the things we're not necessarily taught, because once I got into so much clarity around that, marketing became easy. I could speak with conviction. I could speak with confidence because I'm like, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3 of the approach that I take, which is really cool. I would love to unpack. I love that you can speak about energetics, but I love that you're so data and strategy backed because I've been in opposite ends of like the pendulum in the industry with coaches I've worked with where it's like, just trust and like, your external reality is just catching up to you and it's like, okay, but I'm literally working like 12-hour days, nothing's working. And then it's like, just trust. See you on next fortnight's call. And it's like, it's so damaging, but I love that you have still that blend that you're not so like bro marketing and like the super masculine side. You're known for feminine-led sales, but you've got the structure, which I love.
Yeah.
I would love to know a little bit more about whether it's like your journey or why you have the approach that you do, if you've kind of had that pendulum swing yourself and you've come into like your way of doing it.
Yeah, beautiful. I've always been very just logical when it comes to like business in general.
Yeah.
Like journaling is not a business strategy. Like it's not.
I'm like, that will be the hook of this.
Yeah.
This podcast. I'm like, put that on a t-shirt.
Do I believe that journaling can be really beneficial to someone moving through some energetics? Absolutely. Do I believe that there is a time and place for healing, for reflection, to sit in contemplation? Absolutely. I still do all of those things. But I also know that 99% of problems will be dissolved if people took action.
Yeah.
That's it. I went through an exercise with my clients a couple of weeks ago and I said, I want you to write down a list of problems that you are currently having. I want you to rate the severity of the problems from 1 being I could probably fix that right now, 10 being it's really fucking bad, I got to deal with it straight away. Then I said, what category does it fall under? What's the root cause of the problem? Then write me the solution. A 90-minute call, these girls had a list of problems, the severity of them, where they come from, the root cause, and the solution. I said, now we're going to spend the next 30 minutes executing and actually solving your top most severe problems. They came back in a fortnight, they're like, I'm good now.
Yeah.
So I see this again and again and again and again with clients. It's like only so much mindset work. Yes, it's essential. But action and strategy, it's essential. Yeah. And look at the data. Like data is your evidence.
Yeah.
Like sitting in your feels or crossing your fingers, it's not going to like make you $1 million.
Yeah.
Looking at the data, being really logic on your strategy and intentional about what you are creating, being able to analyze your workflow, what's working, what do we remove? And I think that's where, when you learn to actually look at all of those things with a level of curiosity, not like I'm shit, I'm good. It's like, okay, where in my funnel is this not converting?
Yeah.
Where does it break? We don't burn down the entire house. We just go and fix the leak.
Yeah.
And now it just becomes like a game of like, I'm just going to refine this. I'm just going to try this. I'm just going to tweak this. And we're just constantly in the energy of like, oh, how can we improve? How can we make this better?
Yeah.
But you can only do that if you track.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm like very passionate about this.
And that wraps up another episode of Simply Business. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to today's episode. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please feel free to share it onto your socials and tag me. I love seeing all of your shares and feedback on the episode. If you're feeling extra generous, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok at Taylor Lee Consulting. And a like and subscribe wherever you listen to this podcast would be greatly appreciated. I'll catch you in the next episode.